It's that time of year when we start to think about the annual Bujinkan memberships. But this year things are different. You might have heard that Hatsumi Sensei changed the rules. Well, I decided to change some rules too. You can't really buy one of these from me. These are the kind of thing you have to earn. So let's talk a little bit about what membership means. If you visit Hatsumi Sensei's website at bujinkan.com, you will see it's a very basic website, but if you go here and you click on the Bujinkan guidelines, these are kind of the rules for participating in the Bujinkan. Number 6 says all those joining the Bujinkan must get an annual membership card. Since I began training in the Bujinkan, I've almost always bought one of these Bujinkan membership cards every year. For me, it's a sign of respect to Hatsumi Sensei and the Bujinkan. Hatsumi Sensei also told us that these membership cards were like omamori from him to us. And if you don't know what an omamori is, it's a Shinto thing or a Buddhist thing, and it's like a personal protection or a blessing, and symbolizing that connection from Sensei to us. In November of 2017, Hatsumi Sensei changed the rules. He decided to have the Daishihan in their respective countries around the world issue membership cards, Bujinkan membership cards, to their own students. Working on the membership card for 2019. It's almost ready to send off to the printers. I think this membership card will be one of the coolest available in the Bujinkan. You know, Hatsumi Sensei's membership cards are the coolest, but he's not making them anymore, and he told us Daishihan to make them for the Bujinkan, so I guess since he's not making them anymore, mine will be the coolest. And it'll also be very difficult to get, so only a few people will have these. So when I was coming up with the design of the new membership cards for my dojo and for 2019, I was looking at the back of Hatsumi Sensei's membership cards and the Japanese text on the back, and I decided to, at first I thought I was going to have to change all of the Japanese text to reflect my teaching and my dojo, but then when I read the text and translated it, it's still appropriate, it still applies. So like this one would be for a shidoshi, and it says there's a menkyo, and then you would write your name in Japanese here, and this talks about the Bujinkan dojo and the different schools in the Bujinkan, and then over here it says Michael Glenn Daishihan with my dojo name. So that shouldn't have to really be changed so much. And the same with the general membership card. This is just implying that this is a certificate of membership, and you would again write your name in Japanese here. Then it has the Bujinkan dojo and the different schools in the Bujinkan, and so this is basically saying that this person is a member of the Bujinkan dojo. So I don't think there's really any great changes that need to be made to this Japanese text, other than changing this from Hatsumi Sensei's name to my name, and also my dojo name there. So that's the main change that I made to the back with the Japanese text. So with the Hanbu membership cards, the idea behind them, the fee that's associated with them, the money is going to support the Hanbu dojo in Japan and the administration of the dojo. You know, the dojo itself has expenses, there's rent and electricity and all of these things. So Hatsumi Sensei, when he made this change that the Daishihan were going to be issuing membership cards, he told us that we're supposed to, as Daishihan around the world, we're supposed to continue to support the Hanbu Dojo in that manner. I think a lot of instructors maybe don't understand that the money that comes from the membership cards is still supposed to go to support the Hanbu Dojo. It's not supposed to go in our own pockets necessarily. It's supposed to be something that helps support the Bujinkan organization. Another thing that came into play when I was designing these cards was having my own hanko. Hatsumi Sensei, obviously, when he issued these membership cards, he would put his stamp or his hanko on these cards. I'm not him, so I cannot do that. A hanko is like a signature in Japan, so you have to have your own hanko. And so I went to Japan and went to a hanko shop and had a hanko made for my dojo. This was the bag that they gave me with examples of my stamp on it. So he made me 2 different hanko. You would write the student's name on here. I'm gonna say his name is Hanzo, like the ninja. Oh, and also the date, 21/19. Okay, so then you take your stamp, press it in the ink firmly, and then apply it to the card firmly, and that makes it official. When you do a hanko like this is like a seal, and it's an official symbol that makes the document. In Japan, it would make a document legally signed. Okay, for me it's not a legal signature. This is the sign for my dojo, but it is something that the students can use to recognize which dojo it's from and how it's representing my dojo. An omamori in Shintoism is said to contain bushin, so it's kind of capturing or holding the spirit with which it is given. So when I give this to my own students, this is that kind of personal connection from me to them. It's a symbol of protection. I'm protecting them as their teacher. I'm passing on the tradition of the Bujinkan to them as their teacher. So it kind of, this wrapping it like this and making it like an omamori helps make that symbolism stronger. So in Japan, whenever you go to a shrine and get an omamori, or you get a gift anywhere in Japan, they're very into wrapping things with great care. And it's called tsutsumu, the type of wrapping they do. And so I wanted to wrap these membership cards to express that kind of care. You use something called origata, which is the folding of the paper and the wrapping. So this card is wrapped in rice paper. So the feeling that I've put in this card is wrapped with a natural fiber, a natural wrapping, something that comes from nature. It's like there's this idea of taking kokoro, or the heart or the spirit, and wrapping it up in shizen, which is nature. You want to think about tsutsumu and origata as a way for me to show the care with which this membership is expressed. So when I present this card to my students, I'm presenting it with a certain sentiment of me being their instructor and their teacher, them being my student, and that relationship, that connection we have through that membership. And that membership also connects back to Hatsumi Sensei. So when we wrap it up like this, we're holding that all in the card and containing it there. So for me, these Bujinkan membership cards are a representation of the relationships we form in training. Hatsumi Sensei, when he changed the rule to have the Daishihan issue membership cards, he told us to only do it man-to-man, as he said. In Japanese, that's a way of saying man-to-man or person-to-person. It means that it's supposed to be from a personal relationship between teacher and student. He told us specifically, do not sell these membership cards on the internet. I've already seen on certain websites teachers that are selling these membership cards on the internet. That explicitly goes against Hatsumi Sensei's wishes. He asked us not to do it that way. He told us to do it person to person, to have that relationship. These membership cards, they symbolize many years of training for me. I've bought them every year, most of the years that I've trained, and they remind me of my teachers in the past. They remind me of those training relationships I've built in the past. They are representing a connection to the Bujinkan and the Bujin that are smiling on us in our training. There are even students and teachers out there in the world who don't purchase annual membership cards. To me, that's kind of disrespectful to Hatsumi Sensei and the tradition that we're training in. I think it's really important to have that connection to your teacher, to the lineage, and to have enough respect to support the Hanbu Dojo and the Bujinkan by getting the annual membership cards.